Sunday is Mother's Day, and this morning we're shopping for Mom.
That's right. So right now, Julie live and local at Revolution Jewelry Works with ideas to inspire. Julie, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Yeah, Mother's Day. Mark your calendars. It is Sunday. There's no excuse because you've been watching what I assume is the #1 rated morning show in all of America. So I know you know it's Mother's Day. We're at Revolution Jewelry this morning with Jennifer talking about some ideas. We've got 30 seconds. What's here in front of us?
So these are actually lacquered roses. So they're natural roses that have been dipped in lacquer and then they're colored to match the birthstones
They're
for
real
different
roses.
birth months.
Oh,
yes.
wow. And then
And we have them in every color for every birth month. So if she's not a jewelry girl, totally fine. But we also have gift options that we can get done in time for the weekend.
I love this. I'm an October baby, so opal would be mine, but these are so stunning, so beautiful. They got little glitter to them, that little gold accent. I didn't realize these were real when you pulled them out of the case.
Yeah.
How long will something like this last?
I mean, they're meant to be eternal roses. So
Okay.
put them on the mantle, leave them there forever.
They're there forever, Craig and Abby. More on the way from Revolution Jewelry. That's straight ahead.
Right now, Julie live and local at Revolution Jewelry Works with some creative pieces to add to Mom's collection. Julie, good morning.
You can call me jewelry if you want. I've been called worse things. I've been called worse things. No, we are at Revolution Jewelry this morning talking about all things mom and engagement season.
Yes.
Jennifer here's the owner. Before me, completely customizable. Look at all this, because, you know, I don't have a man, but I do think it is fun to kind of daydream about engagement rings. And when you come here to Revolution Jewelry, you've got the opportunity to really customize. What's before us and why is this so unique to you guys?
So what we have here are all magnetic sample sets, and this can really help women figure out like what size of diamond they're looking for, what shape of diamond looks best on their finger. And these are all just brass models with cubic zirconias, but it is a, you know, come in and actually play around and see what you like. We even have some birthstone options. So it's just a really fun way to kind of see like what your style is.
Yes.
But then from there, we can sit and talk about different ways to go about having a smart budget. So
Baby, you don't have a budget if he's rich. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, and the thing that I remember, like when I got engaged, is everybody was pushing financing. Just get the ring of your dreams.
No, don't do it, girl.
And
It ain't
we've
worth
never offered financing. I don't believe in it because I don't think it's the right choice for people when they're really
Especially
young and
you're just
engaged.
starting out. Yeah, don't finance, baby, pay cash.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of different ways that we can go about building the dream ring, but working with lab-grown diamonds, working with colored stones,
Ethical
different types
sourcing
of
too
metals.
is really important to you guys here.
Yeah, so everything that we carry in the studio is made from 100% recycled metals. So with all the stuff that everybody's worried about with tariffs, when you're shopping with local jewelers, that's not something you encounter because we're not having all of our stuff produced overseas en masse and then shipped in like the big box stores.
Yeah.
Everything's made locally.
You're a locally owned place too, so if somebody's really looking to keep their money local, okay.
Yeah, but then with the green metals, we also do ethical sourcing of diamonds, and we even go as far as, like the Kimberley process says, this isn't funding organizations that are militia-based, right? Yeah. But then we even go as far as saying this isn't funding the war that's happening between Russia and Ukraine. So it goes beyond the Kimberley process. We work with Canadian diamonds for a lot of our sourcing, and then with our lab growns, we work with a company that grows them entirely with solar power.
Ooh, okay, so very, very ethical. Yeah.
Very green.
I watched a documentary a few years ago on cobalt mining in the Congo, and when you see it, you can't unsee it type thing. So it's great that you guys have done the research to, you know, local in a sense, because you don't have those tariff issues. Now, can you help me? Because I think that I'm more of a solitaire on a gold band, but do you think I'm more of an oval girly, or am I more of a circle girly? I know I have to wrap, but you know, I have tough decisions.
I would totally go with oval.
I think so too.
Yeah, it makes everything just elongated. Lovely.
Yeah, because I got short fingers, you know, Craig and Abby. What would you guys choose? What would you go with? You think this would work for me? Because this is 3.5 carats.
I think it looks good, Julie. Go for it. Sunday is Mother's Day, and this morning we're shopping for Mom.
So right now, Julie live and local at Revolution Jewelry Works with ideas to inspire. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning to you.
Ooh.
Good morning.
Nice.
Ask me if something important happened last night. Ask me.
Did something important happen last night?
Yes, my volleyball team, 6 chicks lost.
Oh.
Terribly. It was pretty hurtful. We lost. Okay. Yeah, we are at Revolution Jewelry this morning. Mother's Day, don't say we didn't tell you, okay? If you're sitting at home and you're not listening and you don't get anything from mom on Sunday, I got words to have with you because we've let you know. Mom is important. She birthed you. Okay, we are talking about Mother's Day. Jennifer here at Revolution Jewelry. You can get inscriptions, customized jewelry for mom. Walk us through that. We're looking at a book of things you've done in the past.
So one of the things that has become very popular through the years is actually taking handwriting and incorporating it into jewelry. So, you know, this is just an example of a pendant that we used, taking someone's signature from a card and putting it into a pendant. But then we've done the same thing with wedding rings and engagement rings. But even with family jewelry, we have this ring that we use the kids' handwriting. And when they're little, it's so cute and weird.
Yes.
And, you know, they do their letters backwards. So we can do even like an evolution bracelet of their handwriting. So we can take either their names or refrigerator art, actually put it into a piece of jewelry. And we have one woman, she's got this really cool charm bracelet that's years of her daughter's handwriting as it's changed. And it used to just be her name, but now she writes little messages every year for Mother's Day.
Oh.
So you can come in, and if you can get in here by Friday, we'll be able to get a rendering together that you can gift.
You won't have
by
the jewelry.
Sunday. You won't have the jewelry.
But you'll have like a rendering, like this is what it's going to look like.
Yes, yeah. So you can still go into Mother's Day not being empty-handed because you have a plan, and it'll look like you've been planning for a while. You can blame it on us that we were running
And how
behind.
embarrassing would it be to be like show up with nothing? I also, and I just want to shout this out because I think it's so fun. I feel like I'm playing dress up. You can come in and like customize these because they are like boop boop boop.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're all magnetic. They're all set with cubic zirconias, and it's just a really great way to see like what works best on your hand. And also, you know, if you're self-purchasing, what do you like on your left hand versus your right?
Girl, I can't self-purchase. I can only afford to play.
But remember, we work with budgets.
Oh, yeah.
There's ways that we can make this happen.
I have a few cans of corn in the pantry right now. What do you think? You do a little barter?
Yeah, we'll talk about
We'll
it.
talk about that. Craig and Abby, I got to send it back to you before I come Thanos. You know,
Julie, that's the only way you're getting a ring on your finger is buying it yourself.
Oh, wow.
Well, I would rather be single and happy than unhappy with a man who doesn't wash his armpits.
Whoa.
Armpits.
Armpits.
He doesn't clean after himself.
We went
Girl,
way
yeah,
off
I don't
that.
know what happened right there. Yeah, we don't have enough time
I'm
for
sorry,
whatever
I
that
just-
story is, Julie. Oh my goodness. Let's get to the weather.
Hey, Julie, the diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Well, have they ever had Buffalo Wild Wings?
Those are good.
Pretty good, too. Yeah.
Serious question. I'm just over here deciding what carrot is going to work best for me.
Oh, sure. Decisions.
Drake behind the camera was like, oh yeah, you like to be conservative, 3 carats. And I was like, you know what? I might as well have an imaginary ring for my imaginary husband. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so we're at Revolution Jewelry this morning talking everything customizable jewelry.
Yes.
Mother's Day, of course, is on Sunday. You can get something for mom customized. We're talking about how you can get your kids' handwriting put inside of a ring. You get it ordered by Friday. You can get a render for mom by Sunday. Not the ring, but the render. Walk us through the difference between building a custom design in opposition to just getting something out of the case.
So with us, like some of these examples that we have are meant to be custom assemblies. So you're picking the mounting you like, you pick the shape of the stone that you like, and we can put them together. That's just one way of going, and everything is manufactured in the US. But then there's full custom as well. So you can come in with an idea on a napkin, or you can set up a Pinterest page of different styles
yeah,
and things
check
that
out
you
a
like.
Pinterest board, yeah.
Yeah, and then we can kind of get an idea of what your aesthetic is and design from there. So the process is typically we start with a sketch, and like in our book here, we've got all of these examples of going from a sketch to building a digital rendering to creating creating what looks like a digital photograph, but it is just a rendering.
The artistry inside of this is much more complex than what people realize.
Well, and we do everything here in studio. So you work directly with a CAD designer, but then even the prototyping, the casting portion, our casting is all done right here in studio. So you can even come and watch us pour the metal.
Oh, okay. We have to check out that space here after a while. That's going to be really neat.
But the other options that we have are rings that were designed by my team. So we do have a full bridal collection, but unlike going into a big box store and seeing the same thing over and over and over again, these were designed by artists with just different stylistic trends and tastes in mind. And so you can come in and fall in love with one of our designs, but customize it. So you see the ring, you like it, it's in rose gold, you want it in white gold, no problem, we cast it.
Okay, what time are you going to open this morning if people want to hustle out?
We open at 10.
Okay, 10 o'clock. Now I have decided I don't have to do a 3 carat. I'll settle for 2, but you know how it goes. Mother's Day Sunday, make it happen. Craig?
It's Mother's Day, and this morning we're shopping for mom.
Yes, right now, Julie live and local at Revolution Jewelry Works with ideas to inspire. Julie, good morning.
Stuff like that, so.
Hey, good morning to you. Okay, so now we're at Revolution Jewelry, but we're behind the scenes.
Yes.
Excuse me. This is where the magic happens. I get to sit in the jeweler chair, mainly because you said, do you want to sit? And I was like, yeah, my back hurts. But this is where it happens, Jennifer. People have a customized piece. You guys come back here and you do all this stuff. Walk us through what we see here and why this is so important to the process of jewelry making.
So I have 5 full-time jewelers on my team, and not only do we do custom, but we also do repairs, refurbishments, sizings, chain fixes, all of the stuff in between. And so with this workbench, you can even come in and watch jewelry work being done. So we have monitors that simulcast to our showroom.
We have one here, and then it simulcasts the showroom, okay.
And so when we're working on different pieces of jewelry, it'll be under the jeweler's microscope, but on camera. But again, we invest in everything that is very tech focused because it makes our team that much more capable of doing the really fine repairs.
But it also gives like such an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, to peek in and see it at work. You know, I think this is something that is so fascinating.
Well, and I think people forget that jewelry, it's a dirty business in the background.
Yeah.
Like there's polishing compound everywhere. Most of the time when we come out on the showroom, our hands aren't clean because we're covered in dirt and grime and all this stuff.
That earlier is like people see the executed version, the shiny, the polish, the sparkle, but you know, when you see the sausage and how it's made, it's quite of a different story. Like people think TV news is so glamorous. Who does your hair? And I'm like, baby, it's me. It's not that glamorous.
Right.
So it's cool to see that size of it. Okay, if somebody wanted to do a custom piece for mom, when would they need their order in by to get a rendering?
So we would need you here Friday before noon to get that done. But I mean, there's still time to come in, talk options, and there might even be something in the showcase that's ready to go home too.
And that's true to bridal season. We're getting ready to be an engagement season. I don't actually know the the engagement season route. So Revolution Jewelry, and then you guys are really focused on sourcing as locally as possible.
Yes.
Too. Why is that so important for you?
I think that the biggest thing is making sure that you know the people that you're working with. So not only when you come in and you're talking to us, but I have direct connections with the people that are doing the mining for gemstones like Montana sapphires or, you know, amethyst out of New Mexico. But even when we are buying gemstones internationally, we're working with the owners of the mines directly and knowing that we're benefiting communities instead of feeding the machine that is
ethically sourced is what you're aiming to be. Okay, Revolution Jewelry opens this morning at 10?
10.
10. We're just a few hours away from getting the jewelry of your dreams, Craig and Abby.
Look at all those processes back behind Julie there. They're organized. They got everything like, you know. Yes, that's pretty fancy. Good system.
Color coded?
Yeah, I like it. I'll tell you what's color coded. The ring.
Right now, Julie live and local at Revolution Jewelry Works with ideas to inspire. Julie.
You did that again.
Hey, Sheila, good morning.
I get called Jules a lot.
Jules. There you go, Jules.
One time I had a high school friend that was like, you spelled Jules Jewels, and I was like, that is not going to happen, but thank you for your input. on my name. I will let my parents know to hop in a time machine, go back in time to the year of 1990 and put that on my birth certificate. Yeah, we are at Revolution Jewelry this morning talking all things engagement rings and Mother's Day ideas. And the magic really happens inside of this jewelry store, which is locally owned. Jennifer's here with us. She is not only the owner, you're one of the artists that bring that customizable jewelry to life. In fact, you can get Mom something customized. If you get in by Friday at noon, you can get a rendering to give Mom. It happens back here. What is this room? I'm going to send you in. I'm going to send our photographer in, and then I'll just be a distant sound asking questions. What is this room?
So this is our casting room, and this kind of shows you how dirty jewelry actually is. When we say that we do our casting in studio, all of it happens here. So in this kiln, we actually have a flask that did a burnout overnight, and we're going to be casting in fresh gold today.
Is this a burnout? Is it like this plastic thing that comes out?
This is a resin model, and then what we do is we surround it with investment, and then it gets burnt out and it leaves a cavity in the shape of the piece that we're going to cast, and then we backfill it with molten metal. So we use this metal melting machine and we do the pour into there, and then when a piece is cast, it always looks a little rough. There's a lot of oxidation that happens with casting, but the cool thing about us doing our casting in studio is that we can use heirloom metal. So if you've got that nugget ring from the 80s that no one's ever going to wear, and you open up the jewelry box and every, once, twice a year, you're like, oh, that was Grandpa's ring. That's not doing it justice.
Right.
So what we really like to do is take those heirloom pieces and recreate it into something that can be worn and enjoyed. It's still Grandpa's gold, but now it's something that you're going to wear and enjoy. You still have that memory, and you're not having to buy gold at an all-time high, which is great too.
Yeah. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Thank you so much for having us out today. We have to send it back to the studio. No jewelry on my hands now, guys, so this is evidence that I didn't try to pull a heist.
If I were them, I would
Check your
check the
pockets.
pockets.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
check the pocket.
Check the pocket.
No, just my phone. Nothing in this one. There's nothing in this one. Nothing.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
do
Swearsies.
research before you leave. All right. Hey, thanks. That was fun today.